So I'm in the process of going through some stuff on the CRV, just trying to get all squared away. I've been having some water coming in on the floorboard, and of course, if you haven't seen my video of doing the cover for this fresh air inlet for the HVAC stuff, check the video out up here. But we're gonna make a cover for this. But I was just looking, and there's supposed to be a drain right here and a drain on the other side, and both of them are clogged up. So I'm gonna clean all this dirt out of here and get it to where it can at least drain properly also. That'd be a good start. All right, so I took my rigid vacuum down in there some, got it to where it's cleaned out. I got some water in a 5-gallon bucket and poured it up here, and see it's coming out there right nice. Had a good bit of mud come out after to even vacuuming those. But yeah, we got it cleared up. And now I'm gonna take out this linkage and see if I can fix this slop. Okay, so to remove this window wiper assembly, first you've got to remove the cowl, which I already took off to do this stuff over here. But and you'll disconnect the wiring connector here. You just do that by pushing down the tab right here and pulling out. And it has 4 10mm bolts, one here, one there, and one there. And then it should be loose and come right out. So our issue is going to be this bushing right here. See that slack in that? That's what's causing the play in the windshield wipers, because these are what controls the windshield wipers. So the motor drives this, and then this one drives this. This is what ties it. This right here is what ties the two wipers together. But yeah, we'll have to change this bushing. So for this over here, I just use an old license plate, kind of bend it a little bit to put 2 pop rivets into that piece that comes up for the fresh air vent, and then just smear some silicone over it. It's good to go. Now any rain that comes through there, it's not going to drip off of this edge and go down in that vent. It will hit this and run down to the actual trough. But I think my issue was those drains were clogged up, and it was overflowing it because it's pretty shallow in the backside over there. So I think that was my issue, but we went ahead and did this for good measure. And now I know the inside stay dry. So we'll get that squared away in a bit, because I gotta get the parts to fix that, and I'll show you those in a sec. Okay, so I was over here looking in my toolbox, and I actually had one of the bushings already in there. So I just went ahead and got that popped in there. It does look different than the factory bushings, but you can get these at AutoZone, and they come in a multi-pack. And the part number at AutoZone for that pack is going to be a Dorman part number, and it's part number 49449. So 49449. I'll put a link in the description if you want to buy those, and you can purchase them down there. So it comes in a multi-pack, and just use the one that looks like this. It looks like that. It's a little bit taller than the other ones. I just put it in there into the hole in the linkage with it's got some little tabs on there. Let's see if I can pop it off here. But it's got these little tabs. I just push them in with a flat blade screwdriver. Got it up in there, and then once it's in there, it just literally presses right onto that ball, and then it's good and tight. And yeah, good to go. They got all the slack in the arms, and now we're ready to rock and roll. So we went ahead and got that bolted back in, and I put my little touch on the plate last night, the next day. So now I'm going ahead and put this cowl back on, and then move on to the next thing. All right, so the next thing on the agenda is I got to replace the taillight bulb. You see that one? It's working, but that one's not. Brake light works, but the running light doesn't, so I'm just going to go ahead and replace that too. And that way we'll have both running lights. All right, to get that taillight bulb out, there's 3 little bolts right here. They're like this, have 8mm head with a Phillips head screw in the middle. It's really not a Phillips though, it's a Japanese industrial screw, so JIS. But they look like that. And I always use just a 8mm nut driver and takes them right out. So once you get those out, then you can just kind of get on the edge of it here and pull out. And it has little push tabs right there and right there, and they clip into those holes. There's a hole there and a hole there. And then gives us access to the bulbs back here. And the brake light, the running light, is going to be this one right here in the middle. So you just twist this, pull down on it, and voila, there's the bulb. So it just pulls out. But if you look in there, let's see. All right. Man, I'm trying to see it on the camera. In the light, you can see it. It's see that top filament? It's broken. The bottom one is your brake filament. Top one's your running light. See that little gap right there in the middle of it? That's how you know it's bad. Let me grab another one of these bulbs and we'll get it stuck in there. All right, so we got our new replacement bulb here. This bulb number is 7443. See it right there, 7443. That's the part number. So if you need one of these, 7443. I'll also put a link in the description to these bulbs if you need them. We just plug that wedge back into that socket and then take the socket and twist it back up in there. And then we just kind of line those two little pieces up down there and up there. Push it in, clip, clip. All right, and then we're ready to put our screws back in here. All right, and then we can test it. You can see that one's on. And that one's on. Woo! Moving on to the next thing. This door. I don't know if you can hear it. All right, but what? There it goes. Real squeaky on the striker thing here. So we're gonna lube that up. See if it can make it where it goes in and out a little bit easier, as well as cuts down on the noise. So I'm gonna be using some brake parts lubricant. It's just a, I don't know, brake parts lubricant. It's purple. It's lubricant. We're gonna use this. It's got a little brush on it. We're just gonna brush it along this top and bottom, and hopefully that does the trick. So I put a little bit there on the top, got some on the bottom, and we'll probably have to work it back and forth a little bit to get it all good and lubed in there. And it may not work, I don't know. We're just sending it here, winging it. I have to put a little more, may not be enough. So it's a couple days later now, and my kids have used this door quite a few times, and it does work tremendously better. It did make a loud squeak every time you open it up, and now it doesn't. So yeah, a little lubricant right there on that really did help it a lot. And right now, we're gonna work on installing a new, I painted my door handle too. It was black, because when I originally bought this thing, the door handle was broken, so I had a black one here and put that on there. This was supposed to be exact match from AutoZone, but my paint is terrible, and I don't know if it actually does match, or if my paint's just or if that paint just doesn't match, but it's closer than black, so whatever. We're gonna do this though, because mine is broke, and that's a pretty common issue. So I got this one off of the old Amazon, and I'll put a link in the description for these. Oh, you see those pedals? Yeah. Oh, look at that carpet. We got to change that carpet too at some point, but those pedals are 8th gen Civic Si pedals. I gotta put the little cover back on over this too. But yeah, so let's get this installed. So we're gonna have to move this out of the way, this panel here. And it has a little push tab that's hidden like back there. Mine's not in there. You can see right there where it would go. And then once you get that push tab out, if it's any help to you, there's two 10mm bolts in this foot pad. You can take this out, and then you can really get good access to that push tab. Once that's out, should be able to pull this back, and then there's one more tab up here I forgot about. It's still good too. Anyways, there's one up there. I'm just gonna move it out of the way like that. I'm not even disconnect that one up there. We're gonna get all this old plastic off of this. So probably just get a razor knife and cut it off. All right, so I used a razor knife and trimmed off the top of that And I'm just gonna use a pair of pliers and finish removing that. So just be careful with your razor knife, don't touch yourself. It's not worth that. So there's the rest of that. And you can see we just got a metal rod here now. So that metal rod will slip up in the hole in here. We'll put the 2 Allen set screws in there and we'll be good to go. And this one won't break like the plastic one, because this one's all metal. And also on mine, I'm just gonna put a touch of Loctite on each one of these just to keep them from vibrating out, because yeah, I do a lot of dumb stuff in mine and causes vibrations and that kind of stuff, and I don't want those to vibrate out. So let me get a little bit of Loctite. I'm just gonna put 1 dot on each set screw and tighten them down on the rod. Okay, so we got that in there now. Put the 2 little screws over here, and now man, it's so much easier than having to try to grab that piece and pull it. So now let me put this piece back in, and we'll be good to go. You can see my little trim's broken right there too. So yeah, just try to get this back in there, and yeah, I think there's another one or something down here. And then obviously I don't have that push tab that would go into that bracket, but yep, it's clapped, you know, but it is what it is. And that's the final product. Bing, 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 bing. Heck yeah, I'm pretty stoked about that, honestly. So yeah, if any of you guys are interested in doing the pedal setup like I have, these are 8th gen Honda Civic SI pedal covers. They're just riveted onto the stock Civic pedals. So I just took a drill and drilled out the stock rivets, and then the actual pedal pad, the pedal is smaller on the CRV than it is on the Civic. So it only has 2 of these rivets holding it, and then the other one's just a dummy. So it feels like that one's just a dummy on mine to this one, and this one connect. And then the same thing on this side, these 2 right here connect, that one doesn't. The gas pedal is upside down compared to what it would be in the Civic. And then I've got 2 rivets here and 1 rivet there that is not a stock location for a rivet, but just riveted it to the stock fuel pedal there. And yeah, took the original rubber pedals off of the CRV, and then riveted these on, and good to go. I need to replace this carpet ASAP. Stat! That'll be a project for another day. I've got some other stuff I got to finish up too. I've still got to finalize my rear disc brake conversion. I did a rear disc brake conversion on my CRV. It's been about a week ago now, and I haven't finished it. Well, I haven't finished the video. I need to finish up the video, and then we'll get all of that posted as well. And then I got some True Heart upper control arms in today. I wish I could say they were sponsored, but they're not. I had to buy these full price. But we'll be putting those on too. I also got some more stuff on the way for it. Be on the lookout for those videos here soon, and hopefully be making some more progress getting her ready to go to Tail of the Dragon here in about 2 weeks. I'm looking forward to it, really. Staying with a couple of my buddies, and we're staying at Airbnb. I think it's gonna be like 15 of us in one house. It's gonna be wild, but I don't know. I'm kind of old now, and I don't really like to party hard, you know. So probably just going to sip on me a couple of beers and just chill out and be the old man there. So, anyways, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you on the next video. Peace out.